Hello everybody, this is Koriguma and welcome to my first Minecraft video. You may ask yourself, why, Koriguma, in March 2016 does the world need more Minecraft videos? Well, I'd really like the opportunity to answer that question by just briefly describing my experience with Minecraft. Here we are. I mean, first of all, there's something about... Hello, cow. And the cows extend their greetings unto me. So let's begin, to the surprise of no one, by punching wood. So the first time I ever saw this game was by watching X's Adventures in Minecraft, and I don't know if I knew the name Minecraft or if I just stumbled upon the videos, but watching him, with completely fresh eyes explore this world, I believe it was alpha at the time, was something I'd never seen before. I mean, the graphics, obviously they had a retro feel to them, still do, and that appealed to me, but the gameplay was so simple, and it's going to sound cliche, but it's so deep at the same time. You can do anything you want. You can build anything you want. You can be anything you want. And to me, the open-ended survival aspect of the game really appealed to me. So I didn't have the game at first, but I watched that entire series, and I lived vicariously through X and his adventures in Minecraft with his the X fort and the X system. And then when he finally moved on and he went to Death Mountain in his little boat, and there was the Lost episode, it played for me just like a series you'd watch on Netflix. It had everything. It had adventure, it had comedy, and I just loved it. And finally, when it came out on Xbox, because I wasn't a PC gamer at the time, I am playing on PC now, as you can probably tell. I got it on Xbox, and I had a lot of fun playing it. I remember, not since The Sims, the very first Sims, was there a game that I'd sit down at 6, 7 o'clock to just play for an hour or so, and you just keep playing until the sun comes up and you don't even realize the passage of time, which I know is a dangerous thing. But that, and also Captain Sparkle's survival series, where he had Home Tree and he was in the jungle biome, and he loaded a save into an earlier version of Minecraft and it corrupted the jungle. I enjoyed his adventure just as much, and it was just like watching a TV show, and you would binge watch the entire series, and I find myself coming back to those. So I'm going to make this series mainly for me, just for posterity, just something I can look back on and say, that was my Minecraft adventure. I enjoyed these other ones, these classics, these other survival role plays, if you will, and this one was mine. So I just think of all the work I put into my world on the Xbox, and I mean, I could still go back there, but I wish I could look back and see the world before I touched it and watch it evolve over time. There's just something about that level of freedom. So here we are, and if you're watching this, if you're still listening to me ramble on, we now have a crafting table. And I'm getting a sense of my surroundings. I feel like this is a nice spot I've spawned into. I've noticed plenty of wood. I've noticed sand. Lots of little bodies of water. Large bodies of water on either side. I do see some mountains in the distance, but I don't see much stone. Now that looks to be an underwater temple, perhaps. I'm not ready for that. I need to find a good spot to set up my base. I feel like the odds on finding some exposed cobblestone at this point is slim, but let's see. Let's see. So I'm going to need some basic tools. Now wait a minute. What's wrong with my crafting table? I'm clicking on it, but I'm only getting a 2x2 grid. What am I... It's worth mentioning I have not played this in about 2 years, so I'm a little rusty. Ow. It's probably also worth mentioning I'm not going to roleplay this like, where am I? I'm in a jungle. I've got to find some food to eat. I'm so hungry. Now, what the hell is wrong with my... Oh, I was not clicking it properly. Okay. So first things first. Okay, I need a wooden pick. But, hold on. There's, okay. That's a shovel. So I need a pick. There we go. I'm going to go as long as I can without consulting the wiki. Okay, and you immediately throw your pick on the ground. Must find coal. One thing I can tell you is that I've never had to resort to creating charcoal. I feel like either coal is plentiful enough or I just get lucky. I think looking for coal too has the added benefit that you're actually, as I'm doing now, carving out a little bit of a settlement, a shelter. And I don't think I'm going to get lucky on this one. There's enough daylight left that I think that I can go around and find some exposed coal. Have enough cobble now that I can make a sturdier pick. There. Stone pick and a couple of them. 4 should do it. And the other tools can wait. Although a stone shovel would come in handy. Let's see, what's on the other side here? Large lake. Plenty of sand. I'll have no trouble getting glass. Yeah, I think I'll check around the other side of this hill. Take my table with me. I won't reference X too much, but I remember when he left the X bench at Death Mountain and he had to go back and get it. Ah, sheepy sheepy. This looks like a good spot. There it is. Coal. I believe we found the location for our settlement. Oh, great. Plenty of coal. So I'm trying to think of what my end game is. I've never actually made it very far in the nether. When I played on Xbox, I made it to the nether. And fashioned a settlement there, and I was able to, have a shelter and all my supplies, and I got some traction there in terms of moving forward and finding things like netherrack and glowstone and all those kinds of things. I forget what else is there, but I've never made it to the end. So I've never fought the Ender Dragon, and that's something that I would like to try. I know you're going to need high-level gear, enchantments, potions. I just got into enchanting on my last game, but again, that was years ago. Yeah, it's almost nighttime. Well, now I have torches. So it's just a matter of closing myself in. I don't know that the Ender Dragon is specifically my goal. I want to do some farming. I definitely do want to find, animals, and I want to get... I've also never experimented much with redstone. And I have some plans that I found for an auto wheat farm. And I'd like to see if I can get that working. Yeah, this is usually what my first shelters look like. Little hole in the ground. All right. Well, I'm now safe enough. I doubt very much a spider jockey's going to spawn in here. Oh, another series I know everyone knows, of course, Stampy's Lovely World. I've always enjoyed that one. It's fascinating to see how that series has evolved over time if you watch the first few episodes. And then, the more recent ones, it's a completely different show. Now, let's see here. That's one of the things that really fascinated me, especially when I watched, some of the footage from the alpha release, was I didn't know anything about the game, and watching X or Captain Sparkles explore at night, I didn't know what was going to happen. Now of course we know skeletons and zombies, and we know what creepers are and what they can do, but it was all new back then, and it was really, really fascinating. So this is a game that I come back to because even though I know certain things about the game, and I've studied the wiki and spent a lot of... See, that looks like gravel, but apparently it's not. Oh. I mean, I know a spider can't fit through there, but still, I'm not taking the risk. And my point is just that this is a game that I find myself coming back to every year or so, and I think about it, and I enjoy playing it, but it's clearly a different experience than playing any other game. There's nothing else like it. Oh. I did want an indoor pool. Right, so those are my goals in a nutshell. I want to get up to speed on enchanting and alchemy. I'd like very much to fight the Ender Dragon, and I do want to try to beat the Wither. That's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work, but at the very least I want to set up a functional community with animals, farming, all different kinds of crops. I want to be self-sustaining and experiment with redstone, see if I can build some interesting things follow some of the tutorials that I've seen on YouTube and see if I can just get it done. Just have fun with it. So those are my goals for this series, and if you're still watching at this point, I appreciate you coming along for the ride with me. It's always lovely to find iron. I just want to mention again that I'm not going to be including very much actual mining in the series. I just figured for this first episode it's acceptable to include a little bit. There, so now I've made my way down a fair few levels. I generally like to start this way. From my main settlement, I dig a staircase with half slabs all the way down to bedrock, see what I come across, and then pick a couple of branches, on level 6 or 7, and then on level 12 or 13, and do a couple of different branch mines, and just see how much diamond I can find. See if I come across an abandoned what's the term for that, with the railways and all the cave spiders, and abandoned like subway station. See, there's a name for it. The thing I love to come across the most, though, is underground lakes, as well as a ravine. I love to find ravines. The very first time I stumbled across one, it just floored me. I was gobsmacked. Just looking all the way down, about 50 levels, to this lake of lava, and then looking up, and you could actually see the rain falling down into the cave. It was beautiful. And just knowing that with enough time, I could conquer that. Alright, so now I have doors. It's got to be sun up by now. A stone axe will be good. I'm going to need plenty more wood. Oh, geez, is that the same thing I did before? All right. I very clearly want an indoor pool. Let's see. I know I'm going to need to go find those sheep again. Get some wool so I can make a bed. I'm going to need to carve out like an entryway. Maybe a staircase leading back up. All right. It is morning. Even though I know, like I said before, what's out here at night. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to run across a zombie or a skeleton shooting arrows at me. And you know what I'm talking about. The first time you played this game, you didn't know. You weren't sure what else the developers put in the game. That's why, like, the legend of, like, Herobrine really resonated with me as well. The fact that there could be something out here that we don't know about. There could be dangers in the dark, in the night. There's something very, very primal about it. And it's something that resonated with me then. And again, even though I've read the release notes, I've studied the wiki, I know what makes up this world, there's still that dash of uncertainty that I could look over the horizon and find something new. And that's part of what keeps me coming back for more. And what I need now is sand, so I can make glass.